Okay guys, it's Reed here. Today we're going to talk about spiritual healing. Now this is something I've seen twice in my life before. This guy, I'll tell you one of the stories. The same thing happened to two people identical to what I'm going to tell you right here. So I'm going to tell you about the one person I knew. He used to come into the store all the time. He was a regular customer. And one day he came into the store and you know, he'd been coughing a lot. He's been sick and all this stuff. He went to the doctor and he told us that he had lung cancer and it was pretty much incurable. There was nothing they could do for him. They could do chemo and all this stuff, they said, but he still had like a slim chance of living or whatever. So he went to the doctor and they told him that, and he come back, and you know, this is somebody who never had been to church. He was in his, I guess his late 60s, and he had never been to church since he was a child. He said he never went because he was a workaholic. He worked his whole life, all this stuff. He never thought about going to church. So he got sick, and instead of doing all the chemotherapy and everything that people do, he started going to church. And he got right with God. You know, he started believing and all this stuff. You know, he was down and out. And you know, when people are down and out, they turn to God for help. It happens over and over. We see it. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. But, you know, a lot of people think, you know, oh, you're only going to church because you're down and out and all this stuff. But see, this saved this man's life. And I'll tell you how it happened. He started going to church. Never took no chemotherapy or anything. He didn't take nothing. And started going to church. He got saved. He got baptized and all this stuff. And he believed the Lord would heal him. And sure enough, when he went back to the doctor a month or so later, all the cancer was gone from his lungs. It was all gone. They said he was 100% clean. And they had never seen anything like that. That one doctor said, it's a miracle. I've never seen nothing like that. Now during this time, the guy continued going to church. He was saved. He was happy as I've ever seen him in my life. You know, he would come into the store all the time, talk about how he was feeling great and all this stuff. Then maybe, I guess maybe 6 months later, he came into the store. He was coughing, and the cancer had come back, and they said it had spread through his whole, not just his lungs, it spread everywhere. They said it was everywhere, and there was nothing they could do for him. So he continued going to church. He continued believing. But he later died, of course, about after he went back and he had the cancer and he was feeling bad. Maybe 2 months later, he was dead. He died. The cancer came back and it just no time it killed him. Now a lot of people will look back on this and they'll say, well, the Lord didn't heal him, Reed. The cancer came back and it killed him. What people fail to realize is that there's not just physical healing, there's spiritual healing. This man, during that 6 months that he was healthy and everything, he got right with the Lord. He was living his life the way you're supposed to live it. And because of that, you know, the Lord gave him time to get right. That's something he's not going to give everybody. Not everybody's going to be given this amount of time. I've seen this happen twice. During that time, he was healthy, went to church. He went to church 2 to 3 times a week. He was as happy as I had ever seen him. He was a happy person before, but when he got in church, I'm telling you people, it was like he was just a totally different person. So he was given time to get right with the Lord. He was healed spiritually. He died, and he didn't die like he was sad or anything. When he died, he knew. We talked to his family because, you know, we knew him for years. We talked to his family, and he knew that he was going to heaven. There was no doubt in his mind. You know, he was as confident as he was like, if I die today, I don't care because I'm going to a better place. So I'll never forget that. I've seen this happen twice. The same thing happened twice. It happened the same exact way. He was given time to get right with the Lord, and that's something that not all of us are going to have. Like I could, you know, you could get out here, anybody or whatever, you could not be right with the Lord, get in a car wreck. Do you know where you're going to be? Do you know what's going to happen to you? So this guy was given a gift. He was spiritually healed, which is far better than being physically healed. People seem to get that mixed up a lot in church. I just thought I would tell you all about this today, because really, you know, you can pray to get healed and all this stuff, but you know, if you're not spiritually right, that's the most important thing. That's so important. That's so important to people just to understand that. I thought I would tell you this story and just let you guys know about it. You know, I've seen this happen twice, like I've said, and it's truly a miracle. The guy, even though he was in so much pain and everything, he died knowing where he was going to go. And that's just something a lot of us don't really know. We don't really know about that. So I thought I would share this story with you guys this morning, or tonight, whenever I put the video up. And as always, guys, remember to like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you guys on that next video. And as always, have yourselves a great day. And just remember, God loves you. And it's never too late to get right. It never is. Never is.